Hello all of you wonderful beings out there, and welcome back to the stream. I am Raw Zim, and this is 2 Point Campus, because I feel like doing more of it. Also, we are using the TF talkies, so transform me to your heart's content, everyone. For now, though, go ahead and repeat what you were saying about that, Actually, no, there's some story real quick, so give me just a sec. We're going to Pebberley Ruins now. Oh geez, so much. Excavate ancient treasure for academic reasons, as well as financial gain. Oh no, this is going to be another one of those limited income ones, isn't it? There will be story in a moment. So we eagerly await.
Like this Marten eagerly dives into what I'm assuming is either sugar or
snow.
I was going to say coconut, but snow.
Also story.
Is that? Did the people of the past live deep beneath sea level? Or did they simply hide all of their wonderful possessions to try and keep them out of our greedy, grubby, jam-soaked midst? I suppose that's for the historians and the archaeologists to decide.
Okay. Welcome to Pebberley Ruins, where eccentric explorer Wiggy Silverbottom is planning a destination resort destined to archaeological dedicated to archaeological artifacts and overpriced merchandise. There's just one problem. In all the excitement, Wiggy has blown his startup cash on a decadent new hotel. If you need any spare cash for the campus, you'll need to sell some artifacts. Better get digging. Oh
Security
boy.
breach. Please change your passwords. Sorry.
Oh god, like watching the Marten play this now.
Janitor required for grounds
I was watching a video the other day and it was like a guy had his neighbors call the cops on him because they were like, I can't believe you let your dog freeze to death out in the snow. The guy was like, what? The cops came over and he explained that, like, okay, so what happened is it started snowing in the middle of the night. My husky woke up and screamed at me until I let him out to play. So I just went back inside, closed the door. I fell asleep. An hour later, the police woke me up. They go to the backyard and there's the husky just like laying in the snow, covered in snow. And the police were like, yeah, no, look at that. That dog is frozen to death. And he's like, do you understand how huskies work? The husky was not bothered at all by the snow and actively resisted the police officers' attempts to put him back in the house. So he was like, okay, fair enough. You get away with this.
By the way, Seda,
Mm-hmm.
do you know what day it is?
I mean, it's still technically the 9th of March, so if you're making a Mario Day pun...
Mario? No. Marten.
Okay, who's... Oh, okay. I was about to say, okay, whose birthday did I forget, because I'm sleep deprived.
No, it's Marten Day. You should switch to your
Okay,
Marten
well-
icon.
I was about to say, give me a moment. Start being like, what's a Marten?
Don't worry, you'll be one in a sec. Good day, I'm Wiggy Silverbottom. Welcome to Pebberley Park. Clearly it's not finished, but nothing worth doing is. If you and the students could crack on with the digging and so on, I'll keep working on the bigger picture. You know, the hotel, merchandise, a nice omelette perhaps. The point is, we all have things to do.
It's been too long, and I've been dying to play this next song. See if you notice what they do on the 9th bar in the 2nd verse. Oh, it's really something. We'll be back after this.
People will tell you that ancient relics are priceless. Don't listen to that nonsense, though. They're worth an absolute fortune. Sell the artifacts your students find in the dig site for deliciously fungible cash. The bigger the dig site, the more artifacts you'll find. Careful though, artifacts will provide a great deal of prestige and attractiveness to the campus, even if they are a bit soily. Ah. So clearly, it seems they want me to sell the Rosetta Stone first off, as well as these two ancient heads. Well, who am I to stand in the way of progress?
You're not actually playing a campus simulator. Now you're playing an archaeological dig company simulator.
Money may not grow on trees, despite my best efforts, but it does seem to crystallize over years in the mud. I'd grown fond of that moldy old stuff, but then again, I do like money.
Students are reminded to
I'll leave the business decisions to you. I'm more of an ideas man anyway. Of course you are. Now we gotta actually construct a campus building. Duke.
Gosh, say I'm Marten cute.
Rockruff?
No, no, no. You go Duke now.
Duke.
Hooray!
I hope you're Duke and happy.
Very much so.
No, I can kind of do the type of TF. You get TF from like one creature to another, but you don't realize it, so you have to like slowly learn how to behave like a new one.
hard work may or may not pay off.
This is why I thoroughly enjoy just Dart being turned into different Pokemon. It amuses me to no end.
Oh, Seda. Seda, Seda,
What?
Seda. Poor, poor Dart.
Why are you saying poor Dart? Why are you saying my name multiple times?
S-M-H.
Goes to the student union. When I want a milkshake, I don't want a pint of milk
Okay,
made.
fine,
It's so artificial. I
fine.
just can't take it anymore. I'd much rather go a little off the
What?
beaten path and try something local.
Are you happy now?
Preferably very
Quite a
lovely.
bit.
Anything from the stomach churner dairy and smogly is sure to be nice and separated. Now that's a milkshake.
Alright. So we got our nice little campus here, our main building, whatever you call this thing here.
The pyramid.
Students
I might
are
wind up
reminded
going
to
to the
set
pyramid with
boundaries.
this. Actually, I guess it is kind of a pyramid. I mean, it is raised up kind of and stuff, but not quite the same thing. I'm sure it's Sada's fault.
I have like a Central American pyramid vibe.
What did I do?
I don't know. What did you do?
All I did was play some Warframe.
Aha! You admit to your crime!
What crime? Is it illegal to play a video game?
It had Red 3 in it. It's illegal.
Zim's
It's a
accusations.
video game.
Zim's accusations have no ground. You were framed of a crime.
Students are reminded to bounce back from harsh
Okay, I take back
discipline.
everything I said after that. Okay, good. I'm getting tuition fees.
I win.
So yeah, you guys were talking about stuff before there, you know, the things and stuff, and Raijin's cute.
I forgot what I was talking about.
VR headsets.
Opened a new building. Good for us.
Particularly the Apple Vision Pro.
Yes.
Basically, I think people who say that the Apple Vision Pro is like the future of workspaces is probably wrong. I definitely see it as a tool to be used in certain scenarios, but probably not like no more Dell computers, only Apple Vision Pro. Or no more monitor, only Apple Vision Pro. I don't see that. And did Valve ever say anything about their VR headset?
And now, a segment about a student taking an exam.
Grr.
Bertie had
Okay,
been up
something
all
about
night
the end of
preparing for an
2025.
important
We'll
test.
see, I guess.
He'd done the revision, he'd set his
Okay.
alarms, but then, some hours later, disaster struck. It was as he finished his paper that he realized he hadn't been using a pen. He thought he was dotting I's and crossing T's, but sadly, he was just making gestures with his hand over a piece of paper. It's a nightmare for so many of us, but today it was Bertie's reality.
Janitor required for grounds.
Yeah, actually, like
Thank you.
the pyramid E thing that you're on, probably if anything looks more like a Mesoamerican pyramid.
It does.
Not quite, but you know.
Well, considering the style of the game itself, it makes sense that it's not quite there, but...
Actually, they're kind of nice. I really like their pyramids. Like, okay, I know like Egypt is pyramid and all, but like there's just something satisfying about seeing like the big pyramid with like the giant staircases to the top. Also, those things are huge. They look like sometimes they kind of look a little small in photos, but they're like
Yes. Classes
huge.
are technically optional. So is failing.
We've been to like some of them and they're like, bruh.
The campus is
Do I have to climb up all those stairs? No, because you can't climb up the stairs. Perfect, thank goodness. I'd also be scared. Scared the stairs were slippery. Like in a lot of European countries, like those. Sometimes they have like these old staircases close to the roads, on the sides of the roads, for like, oh hey, there used to be a theater here, and so like you can just take these like marble stairs all the way up or whatever, and it's like, oh, this is really slippery. Or very polished stone stairs, and they're also very slippery. And I don't like them. They're kind of spooky.
It may concern. I'm so disappointed in you. Thank you.
Jeez!
Does the announcer like maybe we need therapy?
I think she might.
Yeah.
She just be slinging those insults. And soul crushing.
But drinking too
like-
much milk can and will make you uncontrollably ill. Be safe.
Like what?
And try to have very slightly less than that.
Oh, I
This
just want to
message
listen to
is
this.
brought to you by
Oh.
the Milkmaid Corporation.
That is entirely fair.
It's like, attention students, please be aware that the campus has steep discounts for therapy sessions. I should know.
Or maybe she's just the leader of the anger management club.
Frequently asked questions. No, your chicken should not be pink.
Bruh.
Wow, that one was targeted. The game is sentient. Run, Sammy, run.
Spook. I kind of wonder sometimes if some of these lines were like a little ad-libbed, where like, you know, the voice actor just like came into work one morning and just like someone cooked them a really bad meal, and they're like, "Hi, I'd like to remind you, no, your chicken should not be pink." They just left it in there. Oh yeah, also college. I had the very fun experience of having to argue with Spotify. They do the whole like, oh, Spotify for student reduce cost, yada yada, and I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, thank you. I'll go ahead and like submit the document for it, right? And basically, I couldn't use my student email to do it because the student email didn't have the permissions to allow for it. But basically, I sent them like some of the documents for college, and they got back to me like, I'm sorry, we couldn't verify. Could you please send more documents? And I managed to get on live chat with one of the support agents, and it's like, okay, wait, so hold on, I want to understand. I sent you my class schedule. I sent you my student ID. I sent you my unofficial transcripts. I sent you the invoice for my payments. What else do you need to see that I'm a student? Oh, well, we might need your official transcripts. Is the fact that I paid for it not enough?
You weren't listening. You were asleep.
After a little bit of back and forth, they eventually they were like, okay, yeah, so we're gonna do a manual review. We'll get back to you in the next couple of days. And I got an email like 20 minutes later saying, yeah, you've been approved. But I was just sitting here like, really? What? Since when do they even ask for official transcripts? Because they don't. I checked the site. There's nowhere that says they want the official transcripts.
Talk about the boogie nights. I'm sure I didn't need to tell you that I was
that's
actually in on
weird.
the group of funky nights very, very early.
Yeah,
They were
that
a
just
real
sounds
bright
like,
spot
you
in the
know,
county's
corporate
music scene.
America in a
I must say,
nutshell.
I'm just not enjoying them as much these days. I mean, really. I know I like them, but they just shouldn't be this popular. Another perfectly excellent obscure band ruined by too
Hey.
much.
Corporate America.
It's just selfish.
Corporate America's
It really
yesterday when I
is.
was getting a refund for something on Amazon, and I had to call the support person because it was like a little past the refund window. And after like a little bit of prodding, they were like, okay, we'll see if we can make a one-time exception for you. And thankfully they did, so I managed to get the refund for it. And at the end of it, they're like, yeah, so yeah, thank you, sorry for everything, yada yada, and thank you for being a continued Amazon Prime member. We hope you'll continue to like be so for the future, yada yada, you know, that kind of thing. Like, thank you for being subscribed to us. And I was sitting there cackling because I'd canceled my Amazon Prime subscription like 2 days ago.
Crisps. Now taking students for general knowledge.
Whoops.
Yes, I know you all need a frickin'... Oh, apparently that's supposed to be the main entrance.
Students are reminded not to walk and read.
Okay, good, they're not trapped. I will get you guys what you need as soon as I can, but I am broke. Oh, this is gonna be one of those I need AC places. Got it.
If
You
you
guys,
like-
I'll make you all a deal. You go dig up some priceless artifacts, and I'll give you a dorm. Oh, that wasn't worth
Despite
it.
the rumors, the campus grounds are not a toilet.
So out of curiosity, if you make like a bunch of smaller separate buildings, can you make one AC between all of them, or do they have to be connected for the AC to work?
Every room needs an AC.
Oh
Students
god,
are reminded
There is no central air conditioning in these games.
that's cursed.
Yeah. So I need an AC for this room. I need one for this room. One for this room. One for this room. Actually, multiple for all of these because one AC unit does not cover the entire area anyways.
Meanwhile, the college where I was working at, they had like one central AC unit, and like it was so. I'm going to assume a part of it was just bad installation and not thinking ahead of time. The main server room, that was the exact same AC as for the rest of the building. So the entire building was just really cold all the time, and everyone complained about how cold it was. But if they tried to raise it, our server temperatures, the room would go up, and it was like, no. This thing has to be stuck at like 60 degree permanently. Having an AC per room
Please
sounds
wear
lovely,
high visibility clothing at night. Thank you.
but also a nightmare.
Come on, students. Excavate, please. I desperately need the money.
Can you imagine enrolling for a college? Like you go to enroll like in a university, right? And it's like, oh cool, so where are the classrooms? No, you don't understand. First, you do your studies, and then we'll give you a classroom.
Janitor required in lecture
I mean, to be fair, I do have actual classrooms.
Where do we sleep? After you excavate some priceless artifacts that I'm gonna sell.
There's a fly in here.
If you want to sleep on a bed, you better get to digging. Do you even have bathrooms?
No bathrooms, no beds. The staff room is just a empty box they go into.
3,000 years in the future, they uncover a plastic water bottle filled with some mysterious yellow liquid.
Oh god, I'm getting D's for class.
Is it worth restarting?
Student requests for administrator.
It might be.
I'll add them to the pile.
But at the same time, I don't think it'll do much good because I'm still gonna need all this stuff.
Oh, like, the reason why I asked is mostly because it might be worth making like one smaller building
Does look nice.
and like kind of like copy pasting that effectively. So like one small building with
Yeah.
everything you need.
Yeah, I think you're
assume-
right.
I assume a lot of your money went towards just like making the big box building at the start.
Well, it was also purchasing that second plot, so I could have the space for the dig site.
Many of our county's finest treasures lay.
Students are reminded to have the time of their lives.
Even
It's
if you're
over
alive.
before you know it.
Ouch.
So, apparently these artifacts increase in value over time.
That died him in a corner.
Yep. Exactly what I'm doing.
This is gonna be like the item hoarder version of this game. Like at the end of this whole thing, you're gonna have accomplished everything. And you're gonna be sitting there with like an ungodly number of credits just in artifacts that you never sold. Because you know they're gonna accumulate value later, and I'll need them later.
Actually, I'm just gonna sell these now. Get it done and over with.
Students
So I can
reminded
actually get to the rest of it, because, yeah, I don't want a sequence break. Raijin. The Gasp. The Raijin has abandoned us.
Yes, it's not just me and Ren.
Ah. Nah, he's probably just busy with work.
Gosh.
Students
It's
are
not to say that I
reminded
didn't know, like,
apologise to
puppy
the
eyes weren't
janitorial
real, but,
staff.
like,
I'm sure
you know,
you've done
like
something.
in TV shows and stuff, they, like, massively exaggerate puppy eyes. It's like, you see the puppy and people just go like, oh, fine, I'll sell my soul for this puppy. And, like, to me, it doesn't affect me that way. Like, I see the puppy begging for more food and I'm like, stop.
Well, hello there, my good boy.
Yep.
And how's the kobold today?
Yep.
I see.
This
I'd
is
say they were
Felicity
wise
Bell
words, but
Bottoms,
I'd be
and
lying.
You're listening to Campus Radio, where we do all the work for
Now you're
none of
sounding
the
like the
pay.
announcer.
We've got a great show
Oh,
for you.
God.
But first, here's some music.
It's infecting you.
I've been playing this game too much.
I went to a bookstore today and got more
Kindling for the fire?
issues. Hmm?
Kindling for the fire?
Yeah. I got I saw that they had a book on drawing manga furries, and that looked really cool. Or this didn't look really good, so I got that. And then I got 2 more issues of Dungeon Meshi and a book on plants.
Plants.
Students are reminded that you'll reminisce eventually.
Yeah, he needs to learn how to cultivate things to burn.
Yeah.
That sounds like a zomboid strategy.
Just cultivate a bunch of palm oil trees.
Yes.
But yeah, just like finish what I was like thinking of. But I find it so funny that like
The Raijin? Raijin? Mwah! Hello, Zeno. Hello, Rufus.
I was just going to ask Ernie if it's the one by Isujirobo.
This is the fun part.
Huh?
The How to Draw book. Is it by Isujirobo?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a pretty good. I like it.
I mean, also the book has like literal TF in it too, so. Really good TF references.
Mm-hmm.
That is always good.
As a student, it can be hard to find time for, well, everything. Here's Maggie with a tip for
Me
getting
buying
things
that
done.
many books was it was good that my dad offered to pay for them. I think I bought like
Multitasking
$70
is
worth of
great,
books.
I don't know what I'd do without it. Sometimes I'm there, writing an essay while
It's a lot of books.
listening to a recorded lecture and
No, it
hearing
was
an event on
5
campus
books.
radio, and it just dawns on
That's a
me.
lot of books.
If multitasking wasn't so great, this would all be a bit much.
Feel for the fire
Thanks,
must burn.
multitasking.
Yeah.
Rubbish shouldn't be placed in bins. Is that too complicated for you?
It is complicated when we don't actually have any bins. I should probably put some down. I'm just trying to get the bare minimum here, lady. Get off my back. I only have so much money to work with. And by that I mean I have no money to work with. I have $1,100 left.
Oof. You still need to place the ACs, right?
Yes.
There go all the money. Rip.
Wait. I haven't taken a loan yet on this one.
Announcement.
Ha!
Plates aren't always flat.
Is your entire campus an SCP?
What do you mean?
Well, you know, like imagine being a student here, right? Like you walk into this big empty box of a building, you look like to one side, you look to the other, suddenly a chunk of it is missing. You blink and it gets rebuilt. You go outside for a walk, you go back in and there's like 2 classrooms and a dormitory that have been constructed just instantly.
And
I
all
will
they have
say-
syllabus.
I will say the people in here do react to stuff that you do. They are surprised. It's a small reaction, but it's still a reaction, and it's fun that it actually happens.
Does Gerald manage your campus or something? Is that what happens here?
Possibly.
If you don't like the stuff, try getting back to work.
Oh, right. We need AC in here. And as you can see, these AC units barely cover things.
Jesus. You know what? Sounds like a construction skill issue. Build your buildings better for hot climates. SMH my head.
Oh, right, I also need a library.
Janitor.
No, I never thought about it, but maybe that's what the like. Because the schools in my home city, they were always like open. Like you'd go walk between buildings, or like, hey, so here are the classrooms, and you like walk outside, you go to another building, and this is like this is the cafeteria. And I never thought about it, but I wonder if that's partly like just to alleviate like
And
the heat
now,
problem.
the story of a teaching
Because in
hospital
here,
and
well,
some missing
basically all of the
bones.
schools that we've checked out from Elsister, they were all like one big building and everything in the big building.
It primarily depends on the age of the college and the area it's in.
While they were sleeping, with visions of creatures and pharmaceutical machinery in their heads, their teaching skeletons went missing.
What is this?
They've tried making their own skeletons out of wire, toothpicks, and toilet paper, but sadly, they're 39 bones short and don't know what they're missing. For now, their education and the future of healthcare in our county is looking boneless and a little limp. Fliss, back to you.
Anyways, that aside, what was I saying?
Janitor needed in
Something about the aging area.
Yeah. Like, I know the college that I worked at, they started with one building. And then over time, they added more and more and more and more.
Not colleges, like high schools or like schools.
Oh, high schools usually are one building, yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. None of the ones back at like Home City were like that. One actually was like that.
The library is not your home, nor your home a library.
I'll think about it some other day. Anyway, point is, all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I just find it funny that mom did not know of the concept of puppy eyes, and completely falls for it hook, line, and sinker every time the puppy looks at her and is like, please give me more food, and she's just like, okay, fine, a little bit more food. And then you just repeat that on loop for like 5 more times until finally she's like, no more food. You already got food. You already got treats.
Treat.
Or they wonder why like the puppy will like do the whining at them whenever they're like making food, and it's like, gee, I wonder why the puppy whines at you. It's almost like because when the puppy whines, you give her food. Stop giving her treats when she complains.
To stay hydrated.
But mom can't resist the puppy eyes. I didn't think they were that effective, but goodness, apparently they are.
I guess I should put in some bathrooms while I'm waiting.
No, because those are stinky.
They are.
Oh, Zim, you know, I found something, and I think we are gonna need it for Ages of Reflection.
Oh?
So there's like, you know the pop-up tents?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's one, but it's like vertical and it's made to be a bathroom. So you just like carry around the little disc, and like you just place it on the ground, and then you like unfold it, and it just zoop, and it basically becomes a little rectangular tall bathroom stall kind of thing.
A privacy box, yes.
Exactly.
That'll be handy for David's cooking.
Exactly.
We know students love Roach Burger, and we've been looking
It only
for
costs
the
like
right way to
$100.
say thanks. But we're just not there yet. Introducing the Roach Burger Student Meal. It's the same as a regular Roach Burger meal, but with a slightly smaller drink. Here's to you, students. We heard you, and thanks.
God, the radio in this game is the best part. Like, the game is fantastic. Oh?
Ignore the best part.
But I'm not part of the game. I'm just playing the game.
Please pay no attention to the glowing monitor drawing you in.
Oh.
This is a Marten stream now.
Zim gets trapped in as a student in the college. Seda Marten takes over the stream.
Lovely. Warning. Don't touch anything in the bathroom. Anything.
That is good advice. Don't care how much you might want to touch it. Don't touch anything in the bathroom. Period.
I'm gonna touch. I'm gonna brown.
Ew.
Oh, Gip Gab, come to think of it. One of the high schools in my area actually has multiple buildings, and you have to switch between buildings to get to different classes.
Interesting.
That is also something that I've seen with I have seen it with high schools, but it's not that common.
Is it really worth going?
Yeah, the thing is that this particular high school is kind of in, like, the biggest town in my county, and is basically like the size of a college campus because the graduating class of that school is usually like over 3,000 kids per class.
My graduating class was 35.
Students for general knowledge.
Mine was 100.
Oh, me too, Zeta. How about that? Oh no, my graduating class was the same size as a small island.
Schedule your lives accordingly.
I am confused.
Won't be, it's fun.
So we got $180 left, and at least we've got everything they need.
If anyone from 2 Point Radio is
Ish.
listening in or has received my emails, I graduate next year and will be available for paid or unpaid roles at your station. Thanks.
Janitor needed to
Hang
unlock
on.
toilets.
Is that actually an ongoing story of this series?
Archaeology students are reminded that not all of us find dirt interesting.
That is really cool. The DJ host person on the in-game radio right now, she's like, hey, I'll be graduating soon. I'm available. And she's actually one of the hosts in the next game, in the museum game.
Ah,
I'm happy to hear she got a job.
Yeah.
I just hope it's paid.
Students, if you ask me for anything, no.
Can I have a
But what if I ask you for
Janitor
something?
needed in dormitory.
Maybe.
Class is
Could I
starting.
ask for a moonball?
Please take a seat.
A what?
A moonball.
Oh, moonball.
Moonball.
Maybe. Just give me your Switch and I'll see what I can pull out.
I'm gonna put Seda in the moon ball.
Wow, I didn't know Zeta was a Switch.
Bam.
I mean, I can't really decide who acts more like a bottom sometimes, Seda or Abby.
I mean, in my experience, which is admittedly somewhat limited because I don't get to hang out with Abby that much,
Sleep is important.
Abby is more.
You can do it later.
Oh yeah, Abby, yeah, Ruby, yeah, I know Abby is way more. Having been around these two nerds.
Look, Abby's not a bottom, he's just shy. I'm going to defend my partner here.
Fair.
I blame Gip Gap.
I agree.
How nice of you not to throw him under the plane.
Janitor required in lecture theatre.
Oh, I have money! Haha!
Announcement. Please stay awake in the staff room. No dozing.
I can do stuff! Like put these down. And put AC units throughout the building. See, students, you pay your tuition on time, and you get nice upgrades. Don't mind the fur growing.
It's normal. It happens. The school needs a new mascot after all.
You.
I can't find the graduating size for my class. As we didn't really have like a graduation ceremony at all, I kind of don't remember most of it.
Lovely.
But the total enrollment for
Still finding
my
your
school
feet.
right now is below 300 students in total.
Damn.
And that's including all the way from pre-K to 12th grade.
Yeah, I think my graduating class was 32 to be exact.
That would be on the
ABTF.
higher end of what I would guess.
Mine was a couple hundred.
Yeah, my graduating class, I think, was at high school was 112 around. I think it was 115 maybe. I can't remember the exact number, but I know like the total amount of kids at the high school I went to was like around 500 to 600. I think it's way less now though.
Owning a book is not the same as reading.
Alright, I feel like I'm going to regret asking this, Winnie, but were you a problem while in high school, or was it after high school that you decided to become a problem?
Oh, I've been a problem since elementary school.
Yeah.
I've always been a problem.
Ah, some old boots that I'm gonna put on display. Yes.
Bro, you don't know how many times I almost got my parking spot taken away in high school for getting in trouble.
Just put an old crate, some boots, a can. Yeah, they go on display in the hallway.
I just love that they're just there, not even a display case or anything, just a pair of boots in the hallway.
Yeah.
Harrison Wolf on 2 Point Radio.
Oh, that's lovely to hear. I was just quickly reading a post
Welcome to 2 Point
from
Radio. This is Harrison
some of the
Wolf,
people
and
who
I will be
previously
your
worked at
host
my
of
high
this
school,
little Sonic
and
get-together.
they're all like
This is
complaining
the
that right
party
now
within the
they've been
party,
leaving because
the
not only is the
sandwich
country
and the
dangerous,
lunchbox,
but
the
a new like group of
thing,
like leadership staff came in, and they're like
thing.
apparently
I'll
really,
think of some
really,
words,
really
and we'll be
awful.
right back.
Oof.
Which is an even bigger contrast because the previous like superintendent was apparently really cool and would often help teachers, and the new one can't be asked to care about anything except their pickleball games. I quote that. So, oh, that's fun.
Uh-oh. I really hope I can move this dig site. Please tell me I
I
can.
mean,
Oh no.
you know, just have to design around it.
Okay. Before we continue, I'm going to take this loan and purchase this. And copy this and be waiting to put it in here and hoping that I can actually get rid of that hole.
Class is starting. Please take a seat.
Come
Why
on.
is Ada so cute as a Marten?
You know, right?
I mean,
Seda
it's
is
Seda. He's
Marten.
just cute, period.
Announcement. The campus just got bigger. Not necessarily better.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those allegations.
What?
How would you like to respond to those allegations? The campus just got bigger, but not necessarily better.
Oh, it's very accurate.
You're not supposed to say that. What if enrollment drops? Less tuition.
Okay, good. It filled in.
To unblock toilets.
Whew.
Staff are reminded that dogs don't eat homework.
I have been playing this game how many hours now, and I haven't even heard half of these?
Dude.
I am constantly getting more and more things that are just popping up.
Do like new ones get unlocked between levels?
In the news today, local
That
film
must
star
be the
Roger
case.
Cushing is
Marten.
in a spot of bother after he was photographed throwing a bagel at some photographers. It's pretty bad luck that those freelance
That one like
photographers were in
reminded
the
me of
bathroom at the
I had a science
exact
teacher
moment
in
he decided
middle
to start
school,
flipping
and
bagels. I mean,
I
what are the
remember one
chances?
time she told us to basically don't hit her with bullshit excuses. That probably her favorite excuse she ever received from a student is, yeah, teacher, I sent you the homework. It must be stuck in cyberspace. Needless to say, she didn't believe him.
Well, sure, but the fact is, she was at least entertained.
Probably in hindsight. Having remembered how she was, I'm pretty sure she chewed out the student on the spot.
Oh. We have invaders. And no janitors with, security.
Announcement. The campus does not offer en-suite accommodation.
But Tim, you're supposed to be campus security.
No, I am not.
Students
I've
are
upgraded.
to balance their social lives with all the work they haven't done.
I'm now administration, bitch.
Oh, I learned something extremely cursed. I was just like browsing around, and I encountered somebody asking like, "Hey, I killed a cockroach, and this popped out of the cockroach. What is this?" Okay, it's an egg sac. Destroy it. Okay, cool. Yeah, don't throw it away, because otherwise it'll hatch. Well, what if I flush it down the toilet? No, don't do that. They can, like, unironically, they could hatch in your plumbing, and that'll be a problem. Okay. But I mean, how tough can they really be? And somebody was telling the story that they once were dealing with a cockroach infestation.
Oh no! We lost Ragin.
Hopefully back.
Right. Jingle.
We about to make a, I guess Raijin is now Raigon, but
Yeah, I was gonna do that and then decided not to.
I saw the setup.
Janitor required in bathroom.
You got teed up, but you didn't want to dunk. SMH. But yeah, basically somebody's saying that dealing with the cockroach infestation, and they saw a cockroach pop out from like the little like holes on the corner of the microwave. While the microwave was heating up the food, grab a bite of the food, and then like scurry back into the holes inside the microwave.
He says,
Bro.
And I learned that cockroaches can survive inside a microwave, depending on where they are, and for a surprisingly long amount of time.
Yes.
Which is terrifying. God, I hate cockroaches.
I love how if you, in Stellaris, if you do not, get to Earth fast enough, the humans wipe themselves out and then cockroaches take over.
I don't know if that's accurate. I feel like it should be a I feel like it should be a war between the cockroaches and the crabs.
God, my dad's house when I was, when I would go visit him, would get pine roaches coming in. It was such... I did not like it. I really did not like it.
Hate that. Ugh. When people like tell stories that they like woke up to like a cockroach crawling on their arm or whatnot, I just like no.
Please take a seat.
No thanks.
Hell no.
Like purge my house if that happened to me.
Yeah, I'd burn that whole bitch down.
To be fair, Werny, you'd burn just about anything down.
Yeah.
I think the only thing you wouldn't burn down is money.
I like money. It gets me more TFR commissions.
Burn the Werny TF art stash.
No.
Finally, a way we can strike back.
Look, that I highly recommend games doing that because that's how you start the unreleased villain arc. Like, we're already on a villain arc, but you know,
I was about to say
unrestrained now.
Maybe it'll be more fun. Though.
Villain arc, let's go.
Maybe that's exactly what we need.
No, you don't need to say the villain arc.
I'd be surprised if we got one.
Be surprised, but thankful that we don't.
I believe one when I see it.
Xenoplex, I disagree. I think even scarier than a bug you can't squash is a bug that can jump and fly at you when you try to squash it. You can't squash it. But if it jumps and flies at me while I try to squash it, that's even worse.
I will scream and shit myself if that happens.
Welcome to roaches.
Viewed from Smell My Cash.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You can definitely squash the cockroach, but the fact that they can fly at you is just... I hate them so much. I know they're important to the natural environment and blah blah blah.
Important to the natural environment.
I hate them.
You know what I say to that? Bullshit!
Sleep is important, but you can do
Look,
it later.
look. If we were to tomorrow magically eradicate cockroaches from the world, that would cause a lot of problems.
Like what?
Probably severely disturbing a lot of animal relations in terms of like their food chains and ecosystems. And that it impacts us directly.
What animal eats roaches?
Let's look at their spot on the food chain. The American cockroach is prey to many small mammals, birds, spiders, amphibians, and reptiles. In the tropics, they include mantids, ants, and spiders.
Raijin!
Needed
Mwah!
to unlock toilets. Lovely. Announcement. Opening a book is not the same as reading.
Yeah, scientists are still determining whether eradicating mosquitoes would be too detrimental to the environment.
Mm-hmm.
As much as everyone wants to just gene edit our way out of having mosquitoes exist.
I mean, we're good to gene edit them out of like spreading a lot of the diseases that they do spread, but yeah. And yeah, also this like cockroaches are very good scavengers that will like help an ecosystem recycle organic material.
But yeah, it's nice that we gene-edited mosquitoes to have misformed proboscis that can't pierce human skin.
Yes.
Human delights within my comprehension.
More of that, please.
Need more room for lamp.
More room for a lamp. Gosh, I love lamp. Gosh, I'm gonna turn Seda into a moth.
Lamp?
Lamp. Yes, lamp.
But, Werny, you're supposed to be spreading my horde of kobolds. It's in your job
tiny.
description.
Okay, I'll keep working on the cursed kobold TF treasure to spread around.
I love physics.
Look at it this way. If Werny's spreading all the kobold...
Radical radio for you
Oh, sorry,
today.
radio.
There will be music.
Oh, no,
there
go
will
for
be
it.
Speaking, and if we're lucky, we'll have some county-shaking news.
I was gonna
that
say,
will
look,
make us
if
sing
Werny's
like
spreading all the
forever.
kobold TF
But
stuff, like,
first,
someone has to
I gotta
hold down
find
the
my
ball
pencil.
fort.
Wish me luck.
Yeah. Someone's gotta keep turning people into giant bugs that aren't cockroaches.
And I said, Werny, hey, I'm looking for a job.
Janitor
Well,
needed
they should have been
to
more
unblock
suspicious when they didn't
toilets.
ask for my resume.
Lovely. Class is starting.
All I gotta
Please
do,
take a
you know,
seat.
you're a human, and I see that and then go, wow, a blank canvas to make into giant fluffy bug.
Moth.
Moth.
I still like the poodle moth. Not just because they come from Venezuela, but because they're pink-ish.
Yes. Very good moth.
Ah, I found an old shopping cart. That's worth $1,000 apparently. We're expecting an earthquake? What?
Also, another human delight within my comprehension.
Ooh, ancient gem.
You're not imagining
Scientists
it.
decided
It's
that they wanted to
extra tuition
make mammoths
in the
again
teacher's
for
office.
some reason.
Stop bothering
But
Oh, that one.
in their process, they made woolly mice.
Oh, I thought you were gonna bring up the apparently mammoth meatball.
That sounds constipating.
Interesting. I didn't hear about mammoth meatball, but I heard that they were trying to bring back mammoths for some reason. And they made woolly mice. And the woolly mice look really cute.
Janitor
You know what
needed
you must
to
do.
unblock toilets. Lovely.
Yeah.
Announcement. The campus does not offer ensuite accommodation.
Maybe we don't offer on-site accommodation. We've got the dorm room. Do I not have enough for that? No, I got enough beds. It's 5 to a bed. We got it. What are you on about?
I had a pretty sweet segment lined up for you, but my producer is waving his arms at me through the glass. Yep, waving back hasn't seemed to help much. I'll see what he has to say while you listen to my new favorite song.
Lost and found report. Empty cardboard box. Oh, never mind.
Let's find some nice... Not that. Yeah, that's okay to go there. Those are too big, but these will fit.
Janitor needed to unblock
There we go.
toilets. Lovely.
Stop asking for things! I'm losing money here.
I'm sorry.
Well, you can ask for things. You're not a student. You are precious.
It's almost the end of the academic year, in case you hadn't noticed.
Go to private tuition. I do not want failures. Are we about to unearth some kind of ancient mummy robot thing?
Sorry about that, kid.
Alright, well, we had one fail. But still, 95% pass rate. And no awards.
I'm serious. My producer just had certain opinions.
Also, I love how you
about the
graduate in a
content
movie
I had
theater.
planned. I like being censored as
Actually,
much as
that's
the next
rather
guy, but
common.
Little did they know.
Really?
They can't stop me thinking.
Well,
about
not
it.
necessarily movie
Brain
theater,
is
but
the
an
last
auditorium,
refuge
which
to the
looks very
so-called
similar to that.
undesirable thought. It's a party up there, and boy, is it a fun one.
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely.
So Seda,
Mm-hmm.
since I know nothing about Pokemon, what do I need to know about natures?
About what?
Pokemon Natures.
Oh. Oh, this one decreases attractiveness. Makes sense. But they do increase in value still. But I'm just gonna sell them. Because I need the money to prepare for the next year.
The academic year is now over.
Well, Raijin, for your question, there are kind of two different answers. If you're wondering about Pokemon Natures in the mainline series game, It is actually purely stat-based. Pretty much like for each of the actually for 5 of the 6 stats, attack, defense, speed, special attack, special defense, a nature can cause one to increase and one to decrease. Every nature increases the stat by 1 and decreases another stat. But for natures in which that that stat is both being increased and decreased, it changes no stat.
Was there anything we wanted to do?
So for example, an adamant nature would increase the attack stat while lowering the special attack stat. And there are 24 of these such natures. Or sorry, 25. So in the mainline games, it is purely stat-based. In the Mystery Dungeon games, it actually determines what kind of Pokemon you are. So, like, for example, if, based off of the, nature quiz that you get,
I don't know if it's been a classic.
I'm sorry,
but
radio.
who am I to say? These things need to marinate in the passing of time. Only then will we know if today was a classic day. Who knows? Maybe what I'm saying right now is making or breaking the show. Have I just ruined it? What about now? Trippy. I'll be back for more radio in the future.
So as far as I'm concerned with those, like if you want to listen to it, by all means, go for it. But I don't. You don't have to pause for the radio.
It's two-part for me. One, I am kind of interested, but two, also, I can't talk over that without stuttering.
That's fair.
My train of thought will be quickly derailed.
Despite the rumors, the campus grounds are not a toilet.
That's fair. But anyways.
But yes, in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, you take a personality quiz, before you enter the world of Pokemon. And, barring the remake of Red Blue Rescue Team, which was Rescue Team DX, you can't change the Pokemon assignment after or from the quiz. So, for example, in Explorers of Sky, if you got a sassy nature, you got a Riolu. If you were male, it was also gender locked. Like if you got sassy nature female, you were Totodile. So in terms of like how we interpret the natures in like our tabletop sessions, and it's just a guide. But in the core games, it's mechanical. In the Mystery Dungeon games, it literally determines what Pokemon you are.
Yeah, I know about the quiz for the Mystery Dungeon games, but I didn't know that it was a nature quiz.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just their flavoring of how they do it. And, like, some of them kind of make sense. Like, you could say, for example, like, yes, you are a bit timid, you're a Cyndaquil. Or you're a bit quiet, you're a Trico. But unfortunately, that is a bit of a...
Showering is technically
bit too
but
of
not
a...
socially optional.
It's a bit too of a binary, and strict kind of an assignment. Because, like, how they do it in the Mystery Dungeon games, just because of how they do the nature quiz, you're kind of assuming, yes, all Pikachu are brave, all Skitties are naive. It's like, I don't think that quite lines up. Which is why, like, when you asked the question before, the way I saw it, like, how we treat the natures in tabletop is kind of more akin to like an alignment chart. It's not a hard map. It's not I'm always going to choose the, like in Dart's case, I'm not always going to choose the serious option. But you know, it might be a nice guiding path for roleplay where it's just like, okay, well, hey, when push comes to shove at the baser, instinctual kind of level or whatever, where does your nature go? And for when I was setting up Dart, I chose serious. I think he's going to try to be a bit more by the books.
And yet he is anti-book.
Look, I know I need to go double check the VOD because part of me was like, did Dart at some point say like, hey, let's finish the mission and then we can talk about the book? I forget if I said that, but either way, it's probably a bit of a moot point now because we're going in a very different direction with the roleplay. And a talk definitely needs to happen sooner rather than later.
Finer details like that are easy to miss on the outside, I feel. So, like, I say this knowing full well I could have very easily missed it as a viewer, but I don't really feel like Dart ever said that. Like, maybe something close to it, but...
Yeah, maybe not word for word, but...
yeah.
Either way, I think it's kind of semantics, just because, there's going to be a discussion when the group catches up with Jet, assuming the group catches up with Jet, and when that happens, Dart's going to be more thinking about, okay, I approached this wrong, and not, XYZ, I'm in the right kind of deal. Because, he was in the wrong by raising his voice and getting upset with Jet. As much as there is a grounds of frustration, and I think also a bit of confusion on Dart's part. How he ultimately approached things and vented things was not the healthy way to have that discussion.
Hi, I'm Maggie Watmore, remembering to breathe on campus radio. Are you ever reading?
And I think kind of Grim just putting it out
and you realize that you've not
very,
taken a breath in a while?
succinctly, definitely
Let's all try and focus
hammered
on our
home
breathing during this next song.
where Dart's mind was kind of leaning after he just removed himself from the situation to cool off.
I will say it is difficult to separate some of the OOC chatter from the in-character chatter, but I'm fairly certain that it was in character that the idea of getting rid of the book was brought up.
Oh, no, almost certainly, yeah. I am not going to disagree with that whatsoever. As I was kind of alluding to in some of the roleplay, Dart's like strong thirst for knowledge, and actually I was telling Raijin a little bit of this last night. Like, in a lot of this interaction, Dart is heavily projecting.
Janitor required in bathroom.
And has been projecting to the point that is now actually, regrettably, led to the argument, or led to Dart losing his cool, but also upsetting Jet. Because Dart knows deep down, if he's in Jet's book, he's going to be, or if he's in Jet's shoes, he's going to be just as glued, if not worse.
I am really looking forward to the game happening.
Oh, as am I. Like,
Janitor needed to unlock toilets. Lovely.
like, I think, like, we've definitely been overdue for, like, a good,
If you're
healthy
anything like
group
me, you're
discussion.
wondering
Like,
why
in character
everyone
talking
is
about, like,
talking
some of
about
the,
cheesy gubbins. Thankfully, Hugh has the story.
I just paused it for you.
Oh, thank you. I probably should just mute the audio coming from the stream.
Well, that's me feeding it through Discord, so I can just turn that off.
Oh, fair.
So there you go.
Appreciated.
Yes, the popular snack, cheesy gubbins, have
But no,
brought
I definitely think,
campus
like,
life to
we,
a standstill
as a,
with
like,
the Golden Gubbin
characters in the
promotion.
party are
The
have
company has said
been,
that there are
I think, a
6
little
of the
overdue
solid
for,
gold
like, a
gubbins
very
to be
strong,
found
like,
in promotional packages.
heart-to-heart,
Only one such crisp has
where
been
are we
found so
going as a
far,
group?
though the lucky student is with the nurse
Because I
after
think
swallowing it.
we,
Something
in
of a crowd has
in
formed outside the health
retrospect,
centre,
have
where they eagerly
been
await
very,
for a first look at the opulent
I
pop.
think, ultimately dismissive of Jet. Trying to essentially put, you know, what we think are, hey, you're fine, let's worry about this, which, looking back, has ultimately been a band-aid for something that's eating Jet alive inside. That is, has been leading to what we as, or what we on the other side of it see as, like, Jet's acting very weird and irrationally. Like, this book is bad news.
Required in bathroom.
But, why is Jet so enamored with the book? What worries is the book kind of easing that we as a party weren't able to, or were addressing wrongly?
The urge to discuss that point is so strong.
We have an entire session to do that in.
I know,
Let's discuss
but I don't want to
instead,
wait.
'cause I'm awesome.
Wait, when did another Rockruff get here? Is this what is?
The campus
Look,
grounds.
I've tried to be very open-minded and supportive, but right now, like, is this one of the book things?
Not that
Oh, I
I'm
came from
aware
the
of.
sky.
I don't think that's one of the purviews of the book.
I really need a cup of tea. I'm Dart. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Hi, I'm Comet.
That's a lovely name. I think Jet died. Or at least the stream died.
Janitor required in
It's
bathroom.
still going as far as I can tell.
Okay, hold on, might be a Twitch thing. I'm seeing your stream go, but I'm I'm seeing your feed go, but I'm not seeing the... Okay, no, there we go, I had to refresh the page. I tried pausing and unpausing it. Wasn't effective. Very weird.
Have you ever been stressed about your future career? I know I have. Here's some wonderfully soothing advice from Campus Radio's coolest customer.
And oh, the, like,
I want to talk to you
contemplation
about
of
your future. I hear
back into
far
the
too
role
many
player, back
people
into the
getting
discussion.
wound up in all the worst ways over careers fairs. Sure.
I
take the
was
free
liking
pen
where the
and
discussion
boring
was going.
magazine, but don't stress yourself out. It's important to remember that all the jobs those people do won't even exist
But yeah,
in a few
I think
years.
it's,
The future is an unimaginable variable that can
when
and
the
will
discussion happens,
differ
I think it's going to be a good one. I
everything
think it's
we
long
know in
overdue.
ways we can't possibly comprehend. So, why stress about it?
Because, like, as I said, like, Dart in this situation has been 100% projecting his own internal fears and worries onto Jet's behavior. And so as opposed to, you know, doing what Dart has done best in the past, which is, like, you know, approach, calmly discuss, try to come to an understanding and, you know, ease any concerns, he's shifted to being more dismissive and confrontational, and that he's starting to realize has not been the right course of action.
Janitor needed to unblock toilets.
Because
Lovely.
he's definitely been locked in the mindset of just stop reading the fluffin' book and let's just get our mission done. Like, Jet, we're on a fluffing mission. Stop reading the book. We'll read that later. As opposed to recognizing that, hey, a team member might need some help now. Sure, we're helping other people, but hey, we kind of need to maybe address this now, not later. So I think there's going to be some really fun character growth all around.
I certainly hope so.
I certainly hope so too.
Frequently asked questions.
You got any thoughts there, Wernie?
Smell is you.
I guess he fell asleep. I'll definitely say Jet's got his reasons.
Oh, I definitely don't doubt it, and
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely.
And...
Alright. Mouth there's a little dry. One moment.
Ah, okay.
And I'm sure Jet does, and I look forward to learning about it, and hopefully the characters coming to a more positive and mutual understanding.
Good, because they all need to be friends when I arrive.
We shall have to see what happens.
Meat Wizard collection contains most of the games you hope it would, with only a few scandalous omissions.
Because I'll definitely say at this point,
Then prove it and buy them again.
after that interaction with Dart, Jet's not planning to. He's kind of seeing himself as not part of the team anymore.
To go to the toilet.
Yeah, I would definitely would hope for the better in terms of having one bad interaction with one member of the group does not permanently sway that opinion.
Oh. Yeah, might not just be one interaction.
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely.
But we shall see how it goes.
Yep.
Because yeah, as I said, in the most recent particular incident, Dart was definitely 100% of the wrong, and he's starting to realize that. And everything else up to
Janitor required.
that point has been effectively band-aids.
I am just really excited to get into that conversation. If we ever do. Considering the last session.
Hey, look, at least look at it this way. Dart can somewhat comfortably say that he nearly got himself killed to try to have this conversation quicker.
Fair point, fair point.
To unblock toilets.
That is certainly a way to look at that. It certainly has nothing to do with Argus.
Well, let's put it this way. We certainly didn't launch ourselves a mile just for the fun of it.
Thanks for joining us on Campus Radio. This is Maggie Watmore signing off. Oh no,
I mean, maybe
apparently we
Vector had
actually
some
have
fun,
a little more
but-
time. So, I hope you all have a wonderful, excellent, lovely.
What do you
rest
mean,
of your
maybe?
days.
Y'all take care.
And yeah, there we go.
Sleep
Take care,
well.
Bye.
Gab.
Thanks for hanging out today, Gip Gab. But yeah, I'm fairly certain that Vector at the time of his life with that.
Oh,
Despite
probably
the
the end,
rumours,
almost certainly.
The campus grounds are not a toilet.
Well, I guess I should say, up until, you know, the whole tree thing.
Yep. But hey, that's details.
The giant ache does not exist. It cannot hurt you. It is not on the other side of that curtain right there, waiting. Happy Marten Day, old pal.
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely.
Alright, I got 46,000 left.
Showering is technically but not socially optional.
I'll think. I'm gonna redesign.
Karaoke bar?
I probably should do one of those. Or student lounge and union and all that stuff.
Kiss.
Always. Mwah.
Mwah.
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely.
Alright, we're gonna get rid of that because the giant library reception is far more valuable to me. We'll have one side for books, the other side will be for the desks. This is definitely far larger than my library needs to be, though.
Students should talk to pastoral support, not me.
Put a bunch of windows here. do
Janitor
this,
needed
and
to
that,
unlock
and the other
toilets.
thing.
Lovely.
Actually, I am going to make this smaller. We do not need it this big at all.
Sir Nigel Bickleworth on 2 Point Radio. Hello, hello. Today we're discussing for the very first time, ironically, sequels. Yes, that's right. When the wicked and wretched behind something decide that it's a good idea to bless us all once again with the second pressing of their already tenuous idea.
Put down more of these. Bum bum ba da 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 ba dum ba dum ba dum bum.
I guess any other questions or
Frequently asked
discussion
questions,
points
I
on
believe
your
that
brain?
smell is you.
Well, the problem is that I want to get a lot of that out during session, so it's kind of like I don't want to reveal it now.
Oh, very fair.
And you didn't want me to before anyway, so...
Yes.
So I honestly don't know what to discuss on that, because, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be on that.
Ah, fair.
Janitor needed to unblock
That's probably
toilets.
why I'm drawing a blank. It's my end time.
That would do it.
Yeah. Well, we got our new library set up on the plus side. My plan is to set up a bunch of dorms across here. I'm not sure where I'm putting student union and whatnot. Could use it to here.
Sequelization, or the art of doing something again, is derived from the Greek word sequel.
But I do think that this is where I'm going to be calling the stream for the night. Just because brain is fried for some reason. Probably thanks to the stupid daylight savings time.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, thank you everybody for joining us today for 2 Point Campus. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They are on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, picking up packs of cards to stream loots, using our Humble Bundle partner link, or by subscribing to us on Stream Loots as well as YouTube. But for now, thank you so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Rockruff.
No, it's Duke.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah, it's okay though.
I'll get it right eventually.
Brighton, cute.